Alright, we are now on number 6 out of 8 for the 8 words of prayer. The word for number 6 is speak. The 2 Bible verses that are found in is Isaiah 30:21. And thine ears shall hear a word behind thee, saying, This is the way, walk in it. When you turn to the right, and when you turn to the left. John 10:27. This is when Jesus is speaking. It's in red letters. And Jesus said, My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. A word that turns religion into relationships. Let me ask, when was the last time you heard the Holy Spirit? And I don't mean by sermon nor a Bible verse you read out of duty. To actually hear a whisper, not a nudge, but a moment where heaven interrupted the earth and made your heart burn, kind of voice you hear from the Holy Spirit. For many believers, it has been too long, and for others, it has never happened. The Holy Spirit still speaks. The problem isn't that He is silent. The problem is we never ask. We talk at and to God, but we never keep silent to actually listen. This is not a passive request. It is a posture. It is a declaration that says, Lord, I am done talking. I am totally ready to listen. 1 Samuel 3:10. Samuel heard his name and responded with, Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening. That changed Samuel's life. Samuel did not ask for a blessing. He did not ask for a breakthrough. He said, Speak, Lord. And the power of the Holy Spirit answers. The same God who spoke in creation. The same Spirit who whispered to Elijah in a still small voice. The same presence that spoke in the early church that still speaks today, if we are only willing to listen. Another problem is we are drowning in noise. Social media, news, opinion, podcast, music. We have everybody's ears and voices or noise in our ears except the Holy Spirit. When you ask the Holy Spirit to speak, you are giving Him permission to interrupt your pattern, to override all of your assumptions, to break through a fog in your routine. He may convict, He may confront, and the Holy Spirit may challenge or confirm, but He will speak because His sheep still know His voice. If you don't train your ears to hear Him in the quiet, you will miss it in the chaos of this world. So stop filling in silence and let God fill it. Before you move, say speak. Before you decide, say speak. Before you preach, post, or plan, say speak, Lord. Then be still. Be quiet. Be ready, because when the Holy Spirit speaks, everything changes. Moses frequently conversed with God, asking for direction. He sought reassurance and clarity about his mission. Samuel heard God calling him and responding, asking God to speak. David asked God to speak and lead him in his decision. Habakkuk questioned God about injustice and sought answers, asking God to speak clearly about his plan. So if you need help or guidance or you need some direction in your life, ask God before you make any kind of ultimate decision, because God will lead you to the right way if you be quiet and you listen and turn your listening ears on and really listen. God will speak to you.